Okay, so before we get any further, you probably need some context as to why I'm getting my skull bashed in. Ever since I was a kid, I have been in love with many competitive games, and I have spent a copious amount of time playing fighting games on Roblox. But thanks to YouTubers like Wembu and Minitek, I've gained a huge interest in Minecraft PvP. There's a slight issue though. Yo, this clutch is about to go so crazy. Check this out. Oh! Yeah, I'm not really the best at Minecraft. So, here's the plan. I will practice for 14 days, I will learn all of the basics, and I want to have played 14 hours by the end of this challenge. Now that you have all that unnecessary context, we can finally begin. Wow. You always need to get started with the basics. And in this case, the most basic place to get started is sword PvP. But when I actually got to the creative menu to just try out different things, I ended up getting a little distracted when I found the jukebox and there was a disc and everything, you know. I'll just show you. So, after messing around with some settings and just doing some random stuff, I was finally ready to begin. I gotta be completely honest, all of day one is literally just fights like this where I have no clue how to sword PvP. Where did my HP go? Ah! I don't know what I'm doing! Now I know this looks bad, but the training arc is about to begin, so trust me, it only gets better from here. I hope anyways. So I decided to start day 2 by making a new skin for myself. I was using a Toji skin before, but I wanted something that would encapsulate my identity as a person. So this is what I ended up coming up with. Yeah, I think this is it. So the question is, how am I going to get so good at sword PvP when I can't even properly combo? You know what the strategy is? I'm literally just going to hit an armor stand over and over until I can combo people. I can't lie, this idea sounds really dumb, but it was the only thing I could come up with at the time, so that when I actually played sword, I wouldn't get cooked. And let me just say, this worked really well. After some practice, I eventually went to a few sword games, and this is how they ended up going. I'm actually up. Oh my gosh. Now, while the gameplay still isn't the best, I'm honestly doing a lot better than yesterday. After this, I even decided to go into a couple of games in custom on PvP Legacy to practice some Sword and Shield gameplay. But of course, since I've never practiced Sword and Shield PvP before, I got cooked. That guy's using reach! Even though I'm still not that great, I think it's time we head into day 3. You have to believe me when I say that the first 25 minutes of day 3 is literally just me hitting an armor stand before going into aim labs. So in aim labs, I ended up practicing many different game modes such as Strafebot, Decision Shot, and Circle Shot, along with many other tasks. The thing is, fear will keep you from doing so many things in life. And I think the one thing I'm afraid of most is living my life with fear and regrets. That's also kind of the reason I'm filming this video, honestly. I'm excited though, and I see a bright future for this challenge. I hope to get a lot better and
Who knows what will happen.
But that was the last time I would record anything for a while. I ended up giving up on this challenge out of fear of what was to come. I made excuses about how I wanted to focus on other things and how I wanted to keep going in life. The truth was, I was bored of hitting armor stands every day, and I was scared that I didn't have the spark and love necessary to continue this game. As a result, I just gave up. And like all things, life moved on. However, I eventually started getting back into PvP off camera, and one day, I ran into this guy. If it wasn't for him, the challenge would be over, and I never would have continued this video. I had so much fun playing with him that it ignited a spark that would allow me to continue this challenge, all for another chance at having the amount of fun that I had fighting him. So, despite still being afraid of all that was to come, I was now filled with determination, because for the first time in this challenge, I had truly fallen in love with the game, and I would rather risk it all than live with the regrets of never trying. So day 5 was really useless, and as a result, we're skipping straight to day 6. If you feel scammed, when I finished recording day 5, I did too, so don't worry, you're not alone. Day 6 mostly consists of sword and SMP based game modes. I end up doing pretty good, despite the fact that I lost a few matches and I could have done a whole lot better. I end up killing some people still and getting a few matches. I still had some great fights, and the people I played against were really great, and they helped me learn a lot more about how to actually fight. Well, they didn't teach me anything, I just, picked up stuff. With that being said though, here's a couple of the clips that I got today that, pretty decent. Day 7 only has one fight that didn't corrupt, but it's actually the most important fight of the day. This fight was one of the first times I used the mace, and in case the foreshadowing wasn't obvious enough, I'm going to be using the mace a lot. The issue is that during this fight, I had no idea what I was doing. I mean, look at this guy, he has no idea what an attribute swap is. So I had to adapt and make it up along the way, which for any normal person would be pretty hard. However, I'm just the goat of adaptation. This fight would be great for me. I promise I'm not glazing myself. There we go. Today, we're going to be learning how to breach swap. So when you're playing Mace, you have many different options to fight people. For a beginner though, it's really hard because you can either stay on the ground and try to fight like an SMP player, which you're just going to get Elytra Mace, or you can try to go into the air and wait a million years for the Mace cooldown to finish. So, how do we do this? Well, PvPers came up with a technique known as attribute swapping. Attribute swapping is when you're originally holding one weapon, like a sword for example, and then switch as you hit someone to the other weapon, like a mace. As a result, you will get the cooldown and base stats of the sword and the damage and enchantments of the mace. Now that you understand how to breach swap, here's how it went for me when I was trying to learn it. Spoilers, it did not go well. Okay. I'm genuinely buns. Okay. The whole strategy right now is just waiting for them to drop, and then the moment they hit the ground, just breach swapping. That is like my only strategy right now. And it's not doing too bad, honestly. Oh, yes it is. Yes! That's a good totem pop. Nice! That's what we love to see. He's not keeping track of his HP, bro. I think he's gonna take the time to gap. Risk it. There. Okay, this is gonna be hard. Let's just take a step back. If I'm gonna get better, I still need to practice the fundamentals. So on day 9, I decided to start by just practicing sword. If I'm gonna breach swap, I need to do it effectively. Oh my gosh. I'm too close. Close game. Despite trying my hardest to win, I was still getting destroyed in a lot of these games. Yeah. Oh, that's me. Like, you know, I think a lot of us end up underestimating the actual difficulty of things before doing them. When I would watch those unstable SMP videos, or any sort of SMP video for that matter, it seemed really easy. All it looked like they were doing was just left-clicking and switching between a few hotkeys. Nothing too crazy, to be honest. But actually applying this stuff is super hard. Then again, there are probably people out there who could learn this stuff way quicker than me. It doesn't matter though, because all we can do sometimes is move forward and keep trying, even when it seems like no progress is being made. Sometimes, having a strong mindset is the only way you can keep moving forward. No, I was expecting. Okay. It's finally mace time, baby. These next montages are gonna be a bit lengthier, but it's totally worth it. Trust me. Ah, that's fun. I need to pile up this. GG's. I'm not having fun. Okay, well I got one of his totems. That's good. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, that was crazy. Okay. Sick. And okay. Yeah, can't do anything. GG's. Could have gone really big mace hit there. But he makes up for it over there. Nice. Okay. Okay. Ref, this isn't fair. He's literally just lagging. Oh my gosh, I just looked up at the perfect moment. That second one, sick. What? What? I TP'd away. I TP'd away, bro. I'm literally like TP'd away on my screen there. I honestly don't have much else to say for day 12 either. It's literally just the same as day 11, just a bunch of mace clips. But here's some of the best clips I got from that day, so hopefully you guys like it. One totem pop, nothing crazy. Alright, what? Oh, another totem pop. Alright, it's fine. I'm just gonna offhand shield, I guess. Oh. Why do we do the things that we do? I mean, for every hobby, for every interest, there's always going to be someone better. Someone who will rub it in your face when you lose. Someone toxic. Someone who you feel like doesn't deserve it. I feel bad for the people at the top, honestly. They have to spend all day on the game, or they lose their spot as the best, and people look down on them as a result. After a certain point, do those people even play for fun? Does Marlo play for fun at this point? If whoever takes Marlo's spot in the future, will they play for fun? At this point, I felt like I was losing motivation, my will to continue this challenge. I didn't know if I would be able to do it. I didn't know if I could take the toxicity. I didn't know if I'd be able to push past it and improve. I felt like I wasn't improving, and I didn't know what to do. But then, on day 13, my mindset would forever be changed. Okay. This person, JoeBlaze84, saved the challenge. It's insane how many times random players I matched up against saved the challenge. I feel like I've said that phrase quite a few times by now. But Joe taught me two things. The first thing he taught me was that I could use the shield in my offhand, which sounds insane at first. But most players don't know how to stun slam. And even if they do, they can't do it consistently. I could use the shield to my advantage and have players drop down to the ground and fight them there, where I would benefit the most. The second thing he taught me was that I'm playing this game for fun. We did a couple of 1v1s after initially queuing against each other, and I remembered the reason I was doing this challenge in the first place. I enjoy playing this game. I love playing this game. With the knowledge that he taught me, I knew I was ready for day 14, the last day. This is how day 14 is going to go. I will play a best of 5, either winning 3 games or losing 3 games. The goal is to win 3 and prove I have improved a significant amount during this challenge. And after warming up with the sword game, I was finally ready for the last test. Alright. This is it, bro. I already sold. Oh my gosh. Wow. Yikes. Not the best start. But it's okay. We got the next couple of games for this anyways. Being dumb. But, nah. Let's show. Let's show what's up. Okay. That was one of the best wind charges I've ever done. Oh, what? Alright, it's 0-2 already. This looks terrible, but honestly, if anyone can make it up, it's me. I will make this comeback. Alright. Well, I think that's a good enough warm-up. No, my game lagged at the worst time. Yeah, so this video is low-key getting too long, so I'm just gonna spare you the details real quick. What? Oh. And you know what? I wouldn't have it any other way. This challenge really changed who I am and what I believe in. I realized I don't need to become great or the best at what I do. I could work hard to become the best manhunt player, the best builder, the best speedrunner, but none of it truly matters if I'm not messing around and having fun. PvP is so technical and it's so hard, but I have a lot of fun with it, and I loved it because of all the great people I got to meet and goof off with. So, to everyone who I met, everyone who gave me a good experience in this game, and every single person I got to make a huge clip out of, thank you. And you guys, don't worry. My PvP journey isn't done, and I will be returning. Maybe. Hey, thanks again for watching. This is my first time ever creating and editing a video, so it's not that great quality, I'm aware. If you guys have any feedback on how to make my videos better through editing, through my speech, through the video style, anything, please let me know in the comments. I really appreciate it if you made it this far, and I hope you get to pursue whatever you want in life. If you want to do something, go chase it, man. Thanks again.